Hi. I do not have an intro slide here, but I'm going to introduce myself. So I'm Sonalika. I work in SCL Tech as a solution architect. I work for NAB now. Around 16, 17 years of experience, and yes, yeah. So, yeah, we all are in an AI era, right? So today we are going to see, this presentation is all about agentic AI. I hope everybody is aware of AI, right? What about agentic AI? Everyone is aware of agentic AI? I want this. Okay, very less. Yeah, that's good. So, yeah. Um, my presentation is, or this particular thing is all about AWS. But if you have worked in any other cloud also, it is fine. I mean, the basics. Today we are going to see the basics of what agentic AI can do compared to other AI. We will see. So it's autonomous AI building with AWS frameworks. Yeah. But don't worry if you are from any other cloud. It's a disclaimer. Yeah. Intro to AI agent framework. So today I'm going to compare with two very powerful agentic AI solutions which AWS provides. One of them is a Bedrock agents, and another is, which is my main topic of discussion today, which I really like, the AWS Strands Agents SDK compared to Bedrock agents. So I am going to compare and tell you how it is evolving, how the agentic AI is evolving, and what is the main advantage of using the Strands SDK as compared to the Bedrock one. Sorry if it is very deeply technical, and please halt me, and you can ask also. Yeah. But I'm trying to go very high level, not very deep today. Yeah. So suppose, for example, you want to launch a rocket, right? So what things will come into our mind? Few questions like, what kind of rocket? When it will be launched? Is there sufficient fuel in it? What is the orbit? Or lot of things, right? So when with this AI era, if I want to do that particular example, launching a rocket, there are two ways. So one is there are many ways, but what we can do is, there is a Bedrock agent and there is a Strands SDK agent. So first is, one thing is, if you know, there is an imperative style where you have to write each and every step. So first find the fuel, then the orbit, and what is the weight of the rocket, and every detailing step. So that is Bedrock. Hopefully this particular, now you will get the difference and why the Strands SDK is better. So that is Bedrock. Every step you are saying in detailing. But, okay, let me go to the next slide. No. So here, but yes, the other SDK, which I'm going to show you a demo also later, there you just set the goal that I will launch the rocket, and it will then ask you, and you give some APIs, some tools to it, and it will figure out and keep asking you questions, and then it will do by itself. So it can plan, it can act, and it can take decisions by itself. So that's the evolving, the better one of SDK, or better agentic AI. Rather than the previous one, the Bedrock agents. Okay, these are some of the overview of Bedrock agents. So look at this. These are, I'll go through this, and then again this. So Bedrock agents, these are some features where, if you know about the Azure functions or lambdas, Azure functions in Azure, and AWS has Lambda functions. Those are all serverless, but you have to manage. So for this rocket launching mission, you will have to write 6 or 7 lambdas depending on how many steps you have to do. So you will have suppose 6 or 7 lambdas and everything you have to write. It's a cumbersome process, believe me, if you are actually going to do it. The code base will be too much, and you have and the developer knowledge is required. Much knowledge is required. Infrastructure is handled by the cloud, but still you have to, we have to do the agentic process and writing of code. Those management are cumbersome. But I think I covered all these limitations. So to avoid all those or to remediate those, AWS Strands Agents SDK is the solution, is one of the solutions. Future we don't. So currently, so what it will do, it has a process. It supports multiple LLMs, large language models behind the scene, and but that is not the main important thing of Strands SDK. Is there is no very less work from development side, and it is just a natural language understanding. We give the agent some tools and some prompts. That's it, and it does the work. And it's a goal driven development as compared to the other bedrock one. Hopefully it is making sense. Otherwise, I'm going to show some of the websites where it will make more sense maybe. Okay, this is just the Strands, how it works. At this moment, I will show, because I have been speaking about Strands SDK, right? So this is the one. This is Strands Agents. Here, this is the whole website for them, and the more important from development side is the user guide. No, I normally go to the examples and try to do from there, which I have also tried to do today to show here. Yeah, although this, I screwed it up a little bit and it might not work today, but yeah, this, if you want to do, is it coming? Yeah. Let's see, this is the, and it's, this is the, it's this, the code base is in Python, but it can be done in other languages as well. But with AI, yes, Python is better. So we have time, or else I will skip a little bit.
You have like 7 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So this example particularly is weather forecaster, where we will, where they have shown how to use the SDK, how easy it is. So you see, these are all commented, but we just have to, this is the Strands SDK, which AWS is giving, and you just import it. And then you just write the prompt writing. I think we all are expert now. And just give the prompt and import these. And there is one more thing you have to do, a little bit you have to go through the documentation and learn, but this is not very difficult. You have to give the tools. So for this particular example, because I want the weather forecaster to use the weather API, so I'm giving the HTTP request. That's the tool already given to us in the SDK. We just have to import it here like this. So that's it actually. And this is just a normal loop, very normal loop, in which the loop where the agent will actually go and ask questions to the user and get the questions from the user and try to answer it. It already has tools in it, tools given. So it is very simple, few lines of code, but beforehand, when it was Bedrock agent, you have to write 6 or 7 lambdas and you have to connect them. So it was very cumbersome, but yeah. So this is the example. Let me go back to the slide. Okay, so we covered this, how Strands agents work. We saw the demo. It's simple. Demo highlights. Actually, I do not have. Yeah. Yes. So here I have covered. So I was writing the code and I was doing some practical with it. So these are the resources I used, and pretty much. So that's why I wanted to show this, that we can use the SDK, some documentation blocks and hands-on tutorials. That's it. That's normal. And actually, I do not have many more things, but it's very powerful. And I am to my last of my presentation. Hopefully, it gave you a little idea about what is Strands SDK. It's really very powerful. If you are doing any projects or contributing to anything, or you want to work together, you can actually ping me in LinkedIn. We can connect, and that's it, literally. Um, that's it.
Yeah, no,
and
you
yeah,
questions, so
yeah,
don't worry.
all good. And no, I wanted to yes, one good thing I learned yesterday. This is a slide speak website. If you are running out of time, just leverage such these things. You get your documentations ready, you have something in mind, get a documentation from AI, any model like GPT, Perplexity, anywhere. And this particular website was very easy, and it was a good one. I use SlideSpeak. This is just information I'm sharing. You can also use it to create presentations. Only downside of it is you cannot download unless you are paying for it. Yeah, this is not a sponsored one that I'm speaking about SlideSpeak, but I wanted to share this knowledge. These are little very cool things. Yeah. Yes, that's it from me. Thank you.
So we have a good number of questions here. So are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. This one has 3 votes. In the weather API, you mentioned part of a Strands library. Do you need to teach the AI how to use the API, or is it smart enough to read the docs, etc.?
It is smart enough. You do not have to do anything. So you just give HTTP request there, and the weather API. You will mention it there, but the Strands SDK is smart enough. So yeah, I mean, shall I speak in there? Or
no, that one is fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
yeah.
they can hear, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
They will have some.
And
Yeah.
this particular weather API, it does not need an API key also. So that is why I was trying to show that. So it's really, so you will see in a lot of assessments and everything from the companies, when you do, they will give you weather API, because you do not need API key and all there, it's free. So it's, yeah.
Nice. How does Strands stay accurate? How do you verify that it is correct on implementation?
That's a subjective question, because still Strands SDK verification, right? The question is, with any AI, see, it's not 100% accurate. That is known. So there will be hallucinations, there will be many things. Only thing is, yeah, what is the only thing? Yeah, it is not, it can hallucinate, but hallucination is very less in such things. And this is an SDK. So whatever hallucination happen will happen from the prompt side. Yeah, it is not 100% accurate. So how do we verify? We might need to think. Sorry, you were saying.
What's your experience like? How accurate is it from your experience?
So somebody here in the audience is asking, is connected to this question, how accurate it is according to your experience?
I have seen in my experience, because when I was working for ANZ, we were doing some AI related stuff. So that was a huge case. and it was not in production yet. It was hallucinating a lot. And main hallucinations come from the prompt side, the way you design the prompt. The more customized prompt you will write, it can hallucinate anywhere, actually. Well, so give very short sentences, do not assume anything, and you have to tell in the prompt that do not assume anything. So literally we should think like talking to a small kid and tell everything, then hallucination will be less. So yeah, this is my experience. Yeah, I think that's how, but I'm sure there will be other ways of verifying, and it's still in discovery process, so it hallucinates.
Does it output the actual implementation code after you prompt it?
I didn't understand.
Does it output the actual implementation code after you prompt it? Does it give the code out? Does it give some kind of implementation code?
The code which I was showing in the IDE here, that is actually implemented and it's production ready. Because I took that code from the Strands SDK website only. Yeah, tell me.
So what I meant was that the SLM or the LM was trained on the API that you prompted against. So when it actually produced the code to activate whatever API was requested,
No,
does it actually produce it?
No, it didn't produce the code.
For the people online. So the question is, does it actually produce the code?
Yeah. So
This is clarification of his question.
Sorry,
Right?
this is clarification. Sorry about that. So from the looks of it, right, your Strand
SDK.
Strand SDK is like was probably trained on a set of APIs on Boto3 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must.
Okay. So in that case, when you actually prompt it and it actually produces the actually does the activation, does it actually put out the Boto3 code so you can actually see it and verify it? Thanks.
I should have actually shown the output. I think then the question would have not come. The output is not code. It's just, so for this particular weather forecaster, which I was showing, question you can give is what is the, you can ask, what is the weather likely to be tomorrow in Melbourne? So it will just give you answers. So that is the output, if I have understood your question correct. Maybe we can talk. Yeah, we can talk, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
If the API is free, is it possible to know the source of the data? There are some APIs which predict the weather, and they are kind of inaccurate.
See, that is to be done with the API. What I was trying to show today is the Strands SDK implementation. If you are talking about the weather API, then there is some other team somewhere who actually works on the weather API. So that data is external data. That is not, that is different. That external, that is EDS, external data system. But this is SDK. So I think we are talking about two different things. Yeah.
For the agent training, is it only text-based from the prompt, or does it support other media and training methods?
Oh, that's a good question. This particular one was only prompt, but I know some other ways where it takes. Normal GPT or something you see, you can input videos and audios, those files also. In fact, those kind of are actual use cases in companies which we need. So yeah, that can be. Yeah.
Okay, I had one question, but it's not because you already answered. Yeah, what did I answer? So we have time for 2 questions from the floor. Question 1, 3, 2. Question solved there? All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Good.